Hello YouTube fans, welcome. Thank you for checking out my video today. I'm Darlene and I will start your reading. I'm going to start shuffling these cards here. And let's see, let me get my business out of the way. Thank you all so much. I appreciate you clicking, as I said, on my video, because I know how valuable everyone's time is. We're all busy people. And if you like this kind of content, please hit that like button. It means so much to help the algorithms say, hey, this is interesting content, let's show it to more people. I'm just getting started here on YouTube, but more importantly, yes, it helps my channel grow. Oh, they're saying the deck is ready. It also helps to show this video to more people, so the video is more likely to get to the people it's meant for. And these videos are for a narrow audience, so that really does help. And then if you like this kind of content, hit that subscribe button. I might be reading for your family or loved ones. You never know. I don't know who's coming through before I sit down to do these. Spirit just brings me whoever they think is the right fit for the right moment. So that's how this works for me. Today, oh, and one more thing, stick around please. Toward the end, I'm going to talk to you about something that I've got an upcoming plan for something, and I want to get your feedback on. So stay tuned to the end for that. It's something I'm thinking about doing here, and I just want to know if it's a good idea, what you all think about it. I think I'll go ahead and lay these out while I'm talking. I have a lady coming through today, and I keep hearing that she was an aunt. So the viewer that this is meant for, you would have, she would have been your aunt or like an aunt. She could have just been a friend of the family, but you treated her like she was your aunt. But it feels like she was indeed your aunt. And for those of you that don't know, I'm not even looking at these cards right now. I'm just bringing through the messages, and then in a minute I'll turn these over. I'm enjoying looking out my window at the birds and the playground and the scenery, so I'll get to these in a second. In the meantime, you just have to look at my gnarly hands. Believe me, these hands could tell so many stories. She's showing me a scene of an event, like I'm not certain that it was a birthday party, but it could have been. And it's around a pool at someone's home. And I'm seeing the house. It was like a two-story house, and then the lower level had a walk out to the pool, and then, you know, a nice wide concrete patio area around the pool with tables and chairs and so forth. And she showed me there was a gathering. It appears to be, like I said, family, but there were also friends there. It wasn't a wild party or anything like that. It was an occasion, but again, I'm not certain. It could have been a birthday. But I'm not seeing a whole lot of kids, young kids running around. So it feels like if it was a birthday, an adult's birthday party. Or a teenager maybe even, but it feels more like an adult. And people are gathering, everybody's having a lovely time. She is sitting, this person, this lady that has crossed over that's coming through today. She's sitting by the pool in a chair, like a lounge chair, just taking it all in. And not many people are paying her much attention. They weren't ignoring her, just some of them didn't know her, and occasionally somebody would speak to her. And, you know, all of her needs were met. She was sitting there taking it all in, enjoying the scenery. And then the party ends, and I see people, you know, slowly wandering out, leaving for the night, saying their thank yous and so forth. And then you, the viewer, the woman that she, like I said, she feels like your aunt. You came back, and she was still sitting in the chair, and you came back to check on her. And you found that she had passed away. She was literally I think you thought, or the other people, like I said, you know, listen, as I've gotten older, people tend to, we get more invisible. And I hate to say that, but it's true. And I think that she was just sitting there and nobody was paying her much attention, and they thought she had gone to sleep, and you thought she had gone to sleep. But when you came back to check on her, to say, you know, it's time to go inside and everybody's left the party and so forth, you found out that she had passed away, in fact. So I'm asking her, well, why, you know, what's the message today? What do you want to say? And so she's telling me that apparently, I don't know to what degree, I don't think you were a full-time caregiver to this lady, but there was a certain element of you being her caregiver to some extent. You took care of her, maybe you took things to her, you checked in on her more than anybody did, you included her in family events, that kind of thing. And so she wants to thank you for that. And she's showing me that you're sitting down. I see the scene when you come and you like sit down right next to her on the chair. And your reaction is very calm. And so I talked to her and I asked her, well, why are you showing me this? What's significant? Because they don't show me something that doesn't have significance or part of the message that they want to bring through for you. And she said, because and you were asking internally, why did you wait to do this when I would find you, or for it to be like this? Why did you do it now like this? You know, kind of that internal dialogue you, the viewer, were having when you found her. So she's saying, she says, because I knew, now let me back up. A lot of times we don't plan this consciously, most of the time. Maybe even all the time. We don't plan that moment of death consciously. But we do have a lot of orchestration that goes into it from a spiritual perspective and from a soul perspective. And it's been very interesting to me over the years. I've had the opportunity to be a caregiver and take care of people as they've taken their last breath. And there is just an amazing amount of synchronicity and orchestration that takes place. And I know that this is a huge gathering of spirit and of this person's soul making these things happen. And I've just seen it too many times. So from my understanding, that's what she's saying is, I planned it from a soul level, that because, number one, I knew that you could handle it, but you were strong enough. I knew that. A lot of people couldn't have. And secondly, I knew that you would be calm and you would take care of everything for me, and you would do it with dignity and yeah, that's pretty much it. That you would do it with dignity and with respect, and that she knew that you cared about her enough to handle everything, you know, properly. That's not the right word I'm reaching for, but that's close enough. So, and the whole reason she's coming through today is to say thank you for that. You know, just that she knew who you were. She knew that you were the kind of person that would handle it well. You wouldn't freak out. You wouldn't get hysterical. You wouldn't, you know, think it was your fault somehow. You knew that it was just the way that things happen. You know, but we all die, and we never know exactly when that's going to be. And so I'm going to turn these cards over now. Now, I don't know if this message is meant for you, the viewer, or more about that message. So give me just a minute as I tune in and see what this is saying here with these cards. Bear with me just a minute. Enjoy the pretty colors. Sometimes it's a message about the future for you. So I'm trying to get clear about this one. And also sometimes there are multiple messages, multiple storylines here, but the first one I'm getting is somebody in your family. This could be a young child or grandchild even for you, is interested in magic. They are, you know, like a hobby, kind of interested in magic. So that's how you know this is for you, perhaps. That's one thing. I also see there's a teenager getting ready to go off to college, starting a whole new adventure there. She's also saying that, and this card is kind of not kind of, but it is reflecting that energy. You are, one of the things she respected about you is you were a person that was always gracious and always, how do I say this, like counting your blessings. You always had a sense of gratitude about things in your life. She said you weren't one of those small, air quotes, small people that complained and whined about the little things that didn't really matter. You seem to always have a sense of gratitude for things, big things and little things. Let me see what else is here. She also respected that even though sometimes when we tell the truth it can hurt sometimes, she said you always managed to deliver the truth with kindness and compassion. Okay. So I don't know what that's relating to, but that's just what I'm getting. She said there apparently was some occasion, and I'm not seeing what it was, but she said the only time she ever saw you flustered was at some point you had to make a difficult choice about something. And she said this was a major crossroads for you, and you'll know what it is. And it may have been related to a health issue that you had to make. But she said she saw how that was the only time she'd ever seen you really stressed and kind of up in your head and so forth. And it had to do with the direction, or again, I'm feeling it was a health choice, something about health that you had to make. Let me see what else. Let me check here. Another level of energy or another storyline could be that someone in your, I don't know that this was you. It feels more like it was one removed, so to speak, from you, but it could have been one of your children, and it certainly could have been you, but I'm feeling it's a little bit more removed. That this could have had to do with something in love, like in a romantic relationship. Somebody had to make a very difficult choice. So like if this was your child, you were the person that was holding their hand and trying to get them through this, and that's why you were so concerned and up in your head and having a hard time with it. And it could have been you. You could have been going through this and making a difficult decision, but you did. You really, but you came through it with flying colors. And it's interesting here, she's saying, I knew that you believed in, I'm going to say God, okay, but that's not really what she's saying. That's not how you would say it. You had an otherworldly belief in a faith in things, but you didn't talk about it much. I think you were kind of quiet about your faith. She's saying, but in this instance, whatever this was, she saw that you reached out, you were praying hard about it. You were reaching out for that otherworldly help, whatever the situation was. That she saw that side of you, that faith side of you come out. And furthermore, she's saying she felt like you got the answer that you were looking for. That's where you got whatever inspiration it was to solve whatever this issue was for you. I hope this is making sense. And if this has not happened yet, this could be her way of saying, I see what's going on with you now. You could be in the throes of this decision now, if this is you or your family member or loved one. Because oftentimes spirits will come through and they'll give a message that connects to something that's going on in your daily life now, as a way of affirming that they are still here and watching what's going on in your life, and that they love and care about you. It's their way of saying, I see what's happening, and I want you to know that I'm still here and I'm looking in and I'm lending you my love and support. So that could well be if this is happening now. And so if it is, know that you are going to be inspired by Spirit. Something you're going to learn through talking, reaching out, having sort of an awakening of heart and spirit. You're going to have an epiphany, and you're going to find the solution, and there will be an opportunity either because of this, or there is an opportunity and you will see which one to choose clearly, which path to choose. All right, let me see if there's anything else she has to say. I'm laughing at something. She said something to me personally. It's not anything to share with you guys. She was just her way of saying thank you. Okay, and that's it. She's pulling her energy back now. I hope this message reaches the person that it's meant for. If you think you know who this is, please share the video so that it can get to them and hopefully touch them in some way and comfort them. And so if you stay to the end, thank you very much. And I would like to ask you to put down in the comments, I am considering, as part of my subscriber community, doing a live. I have that capability now. YouTube has granted that great bequest to me. You know, you have to get to so many subscribers before YouTube will let you do that. So I have been thinking I might do a live at some point in the near future where you can come and ask me questions. And I thought that might be something of interest to many of you. So I have to preface that by saying I cannot promise to bring through your deceased loved one. I am not in charge of who comes through. Oftentimes I do get messages from them, or at the very least, no, maybe you don't know this. All mediums are psychic, but not all psychics are mediums. And so the fact that I am a psychic medium, not to toot my own horn here, but means that I can also help you intuitively with things other than your deceased loved one. So I hope that made sense. Let me know, please. Give me a comment if that's something you'd be interested in. I'll also be posting something in my community tab when I have a second to do that. And then, of course, if you're interested, I also have a few slots open for personal and private readings. So just go into the description box below and you'll find my email. You can contact me there. Okay, great. I think that's the end of my blah, blah, blahs for the end of this video. Thank you all very much again for tuning in. I hope you'll come back soon, and thank you for watching. I appreciate you all so very much. Many blessings. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.